Sit back, relax and enjoy listening. It was 3 a.m., and the overseas branch of Imperial was buzzing, though not from collective effort. It was SV alone. Her intensity had transformed the office into a nerve-wracking battlefield. Employees dared not even breathe too loudly, let alone question her. She worked like a force of nature, with no breaks, no water, and no acknowledgement of time. All she knew, all she cared about was work. Her speed was incomprehensible. The system updates couldn't keep pace with her execution. Tasks that would take a week were completed in hours. Contracts were negotiated, deals closed, and strategies laid out, all at a breakneck pace. And she wasn't slowing down. For the past 48 hours, SV had been working like a storm, faster, sharper, and more relentless than anyone had ever seen. She wasn't just focused, she was unstoppable. Meetings, presentations, negotiations, emails. Everything happened at 10x her usual speed, which itself was already near impossible to match. By the time her overseas manager cautiously entered her office, he found her hunched over a laptop, reviewing a 300-page report. She hadn't looked up once in hours. "Miss SV," the manager spoke hesitantly, his voice low, as he entered the room with a fresh stack of documents. "It's almost 3 a.m. Shouldn't we leave it on the desk?" SV interrupted without looking up, her pen flying across the page. Her voice was calm, but left no room for argument. "But, did I stutter?" she asked, still not raising her eyes from her work. The assistant froze, nodded, and backed out of the room. The truth was, SV didn't need the distraction. She didn't need concern or comfort. All she needed was the next task, the next challenge. Her laptop blinked with incoming emails, each one demanding attention. Her team could barely keep up. Assistants dashed in and out of her office like clockwork, stacks of documents in hand, eyes bloodshot from sleepless nights. If they paused even for a moment, they risked falling behind her unforgiving pace. Every email they sent was met with a swift reply, every proposal reviewed and corrected before they could even think of following up. The office air felt electric, charged with the intensity of her drive. Conversations were reduced to hurried whispers about deadlines and deliverables. There was no time to complain, no time to question. They were too consumed by the whirlwind that was SV to even consider anything else. Her competitors, meanwhile, were left in stunned silence. Reports of her progress reached them, leaving boardrooms across industries scrambling to comprehend her pace and precision. How does she manage this became the question of the hour. SV didn't just outperform others. She obliterated any semblance of competition. The untouched sandwich on her desk from the previous day was a symbol of her single-minded focus. She scribbled a note on a document and tossed it aside just as her phone rang again. "Ma'am," her manager started hesitantly, "I wanted to check when you'll be returning." "The team?" "I don't know," she cut him off, her tone as sharp as ever. "Tell the team to handle things. I have more important matters here." Before the manager could respond, she ended the call and threw the phone back on the desk, and her attention already shifting back to the task at hand, as if it had never wavered. By 5 a.m., her assistants were shuffling in and out, barely able to keep up with her relentless pace. "Miss SV," one ventured cautiously, "the presentation for the Singapore team is ready for review." "Good. Schedule a follow-up for 7 a.m. I want updates from their end before the meeting." "Yes, ma'am," the assistant said, retreating quickly, her steps hurried. SV's actions wasn't aimless. It was controlled, precise, and unyielding. She pushed herself harder than anyone could imagine, operating at a speed that bordered on inhuman. There was no room for distractions, no space for idle thoughts. SV's actions wasn't loud. It was razor-sharp and absolute. Her actions were a language in themselves. Work harder, faster, better, no exceptions. There was no time for distractions. Not now. Not ever. The storm raged on,